Welcome to the instructional handover video for the Bessacarr High Style 494. So walking around the vehicle, we're going to start from the driver's side. So on the driver's side you've got your mirrors that are manually adjustable by moving it like that, and then electrically adjustable inside. Behind the exhaust we have got your little winding handle which lowers down the fresh water, which you'll see is just labelled there, and you turn the dial to empty the fresh water valve when you want to empty it, and turn it the opposite way to close it to fill up. So that is your fresh water, blue being fresh water. To fill it up, you simply remove the cap with your key and put a hose pipe in to fill it up. So that is your freshwater fill. At the side of it we have a 12 volt option which you can plug into a pump, a submersible pump that goes into a water carrier to allow you to top up the water when you're on site and you're not moving away for a long period of time. At the side of that, in the lockable cupboard, is your toilet cassette. Standard Thetford toilet cassette. Lift up the handle, slide out, just like that. Take off the grey cap and press the orange button when you turn it upside down to empty it. When it's cleaned out and ready to go back in, slide it back in, just like that, and then lift up the handle and lock it in place. That is your toilet cassette. Behind that we have your mains plug-in point for your electrics into the vehicle, just there, pretty standard as well. And to the rear we have a auto gas it tank system, so fitted to this van. You fill up through the LPG stations anywhere in the UK and Europe by removing the little insert, putting your filler on, and then putting that back on when your indicator tells you that it's full. I'll show you when we come inside. We have an indicator to show you how much gas you have on the vehicle. At the back we've got two bike racks, so this is the fuel bike rack system, and a twin camera, reversing camera lenses just built into the back of the vehicle. Round to the passenger side we have the same idea with the freshwater, but down here we have your wastewater drain. Again, you use the tool on the opposite side to lower it down and twist the cap to empty it. This is your grey water or your wastewater, and then twist it back to allow it to fill up when you're not on a service site. Above that we have your Truma vent, fuel awning. I'll send you a separate video on the awning. We have under these two lockers here, we have an external barbecue point and an external electric point. So these would have been extras fitted to the vehicles. And then the fridge vents above with the security lock just here, which will lock in place with the key like that to secure access into the vehicle, and then swing down when you're using it to get into the vehicle. In front of that we've got your gas locker, and that will allow you to fit two bottles side by side, and you've got your regulator mounted just up there. The little yellow one is for your barbecue point. If you want to isolate it separately you can do that there. Forward of that we have your diesel filler point, and then in the cab area itself, under there we have got your vehicle battery, so that's located under there. Under this seat is your toolkit, and your bonnet release catch is just located by pulling that lever down. Under the bonnet we've got your screen wash to the driver's side in the corner, your oil and your dipstick, negative point, and then just down here we've got your positive point. The lever at the bottom here, the yellow lever, allows you to release the bonnet to lift it up when you are trying to access the bonnet. On the habitation door we have a bin, a fly screen and a blind built in on the door. These are your locking points to lock it from inside. You would just press that and then open it again, you pull the long lever. The door retainer is just at the top, And just behind the door here, we have the awning pull to open and close the awning. So let's move inside. So moving inside, you'll see above the actual door, you will have the main control panel. The power button will turn it on and off. So that is your main one. You have your water pump. Pretty straight, self-explanatory to be fair. But water pump, this is your frost protection valve. So if you click this, it will dump your water out of your heater. We have a power to tell us that we're plugged into mains. We have the cabin lights in the vehicle. So that will turn on the lights on and off. And then we have a level gauge. So if you press a level gauge, it will tell you what's in your wastewater, in your fresh water, what's in your wastewater, what level's in your vehicle battery, and what level is in your leisure battery. So pretty self-explanatory is that control panel on the Bessacarrs. At the side of it, you've got a light here that turns on the switches just above. And again, there's several lights that turn on different areas. To the left-hand side of that, we've got your heater controls. So this is the Truma heating system. So I'll run through it with you. So top left-hand button, we've got a temperature control. So we turn the dial to set the temperature to what we want it to do. The next button across, and again, we've made sure that we've primed the water system, and I'll tell you how to do that in a minute, before we turn on the water heater. But the water heater, we've got options of 40, 60 degrees, so that's the temperature, or we've got a boost function to take it up to temperature as quickly as possible at the detriment to the heating. So again, whatever you change it to, it just changes above the line, just as you see in there. The next one along is the source of fuel that we're trying to use. So again, we've got 1 kilowatt electric, and it'll change above the line. 2 kilowatt electric. Turn it the opposite way. We've got mixture, so that's gas and 1 kilowatt. Gas only. And mix 2 is gas and 2 kilowatt. So again, depending on what you're wanting to use, if you're wild camping, then you'd use your gas. If you're trying to get it up to temperature as quick as possible, a mixture of gas and electric, if you've got both on, will work. Otherwise, if you're just on electric, then you can just use the electric option. The last option on the top row is your fan speed. So we can either select eco, which is slow, high, which is fast, or again, once we've selected high, we can run that for a few minutes and it will give us the boost function. You will also see that you are plugged into mains electric on there as well. The rest of the controls for the Truma system, refer to your handbook, but they're your basics that will get you through your initial setups. We have a carbon monoxide detector and a smoke alarm fitted to the vehicle, and a microwave. Please remember, your microwave will only work when you're hooked up to mains. So I mentioned about your boiler. So your boiler is located underneath the bed. And the one thing you must do is, once you have put water into the actual fresh water tank, you need to make sure that you close this little yellow valve here. So at the minute it's in the workable closed position. To empty it, you lift it up horizontal. That will empty the water from the boiler. It is quite crucial you do that to stop the unit from freezing. There is also a fuse in here for your main batteries, so if you do lose power, please check that fuse. And the battery, that is the habitation batteries, are located underneath this battery panel, which is clearly marked for you. The bed, as you see, is retained up, and that is just done on the dampers either side. When you want to close it down, simply lift it down and it will close. You do have a separate infill cushion if you do want to make the bed bigger. That will simply slot in towards the back of the vehicle. Catches on the Bessacarr are all the same, so make sure that you press them in before you're setting off, and that's the same throughout. You'll see I put the carpets down. They do press stud on. They will be removed to show the wooden floor if you want to do that as well. In here we have a couple of the makeup cushions to make up that front bed area. So if you're not going to use them, then you can remove them. We have your status aerial, so this is your digital aerial. The booster box is just here, and you do need to turn that on. That's at the side of your solar panel, so your solar panel will just flash when it's put in charge in. Nothing really need to do with that, but you must turn on the little rocker switch at the top here for your own for your aerial. To move the aerial, you release the little collar and then push it up and down to a position where you're getting a TV signal. You'll see there's also a little light on here, and there is also a place for the table. If you don't want it up, that will go in there, making sure that you lock it in place with your turnbuckles. The lights in the rear, so the little spotlights all turn on and off just with the switches, and the cupboards, you simply press the button in to lift it up to open the access into the cupboards. On this side we've got a couple of plug sockets, and again we've got storage up there, we've got storage lower down, and we've got a light switch for the bedroom area just there. Forward of that we've got drawers and storage just here, and again you're going to make sure that storage space underneath there, these are all pushed in before you set off. Yeah, storage underneath here, and then we've got your main grill area, which you operate just here, which gives you your temperatures for your oven. You've got your grill above. Again, very much works like a domestic oven and a grill would do. And then we've got the individual burners. So top left is your electric, bottom left is your gas. This one is your grill, oven. Bottom right is your hob, and top right is your hob there. To light the hob and the cooker units, pretty simple guys. Turn on the fitting and then press and hold it in. You'll see the light will then stay on, and you'll be able to change the flame from high to low. Turn it off, turn it round so that the little dials are pointing towards the top. Please ensure that you do not put either hot items on the glass or you close the lid while that unit is still warm. Otherwise it will shatter and cause you a lot of problems clearing it up. Above that we've got plates and cup holders, and we've got plug sockets and light sockets just here. So I mentioned about the boiler, priming the boiler. Once you put your fresh water in and you've closed that valve underneath the bed, you need to turn your tap to hot, and you'll see it's just depicted just on the top, and open the tap with the pump turned on. That will take all the water out of the all the air out of the boiler and fill it up with water. You run it until you've got a continual stream like I've just shown you there. Then you can go to your Truma heating controls to control whether you want to do your hot water or not. Inside here we have your gas isolation valves, and they're just there, all in the workable position. We do have a chopping board and a drainer just in there as well, and another drawer that just pops out of there for your belongings. Fridge wise, we are using the Dometic fridge. So to turn it on, you want to press the little standby button, and you either want to select mains electric, gas, or the engine battery when the engine is running. This is not the leisure battery, it is the engine battery. Yeah, you can also select automatic. So automatic will search the strongest source for you. So at the minute we're plugged into electric, so that's electric. Gas if you're not, or when you switch on your engine and your gas is turned off, your engine, this engine battery symbol. The temperature can be changed from the lowest to the highest temperature, and you have on this button here is your safety reset for your gas. So if your gas has tried lighting and you've not got your gas on, it will lock out. There is a big yellow sticker here saying please press this for your manual reset for a gas fault. The unit lights up, and in here we have got your freezer compartment and your area for the fridge. Above that we've got a little utensil drawer that slides out of there as well, and to turn the unit off, press and hold and the lights will go off. Above we've got a electric extractor fan. You must turn it on, and then depending on which way you want the air to pull it in, so out of the vehicle or in the vehicle, you will press the operation options, and that will either blow you in cold air or take out the air from inside. Turn the unit off, just press that and make sure that you close the roof light before you travel away. On the roof lights at the back, we've got the Remis, the Heki roof light. Press it down, lift it up, we'll ventilate it. And then on these we have blinds and fly screens that are located. Like I say, that's the electric option. We have a push-up option in the bathroom. So pull down the little screen and that will lift up either side. And then just press back in to ventilate the bathroom area. We have more storage and your light switch just there. More storage underneath. And then we have your flush option. So your toilet flush, spin that around to show you. You press that button and again, that will put water into the toilet. You have an indicator to tell you when it's full. And to empty the blade valve, you must open and close it using this button here. Towards the shower to open the blade, back towards the front of the vehicle to close it. That must be in the closed position to allow you to move your toilet cassette out of there. Shower, we've got your light switch, as I mentioned just there. And we must make sure that you put the turnbuckle on when you're travelling, both at the top and the bottom, to stop the shower screen from banging around when you're travelling. You'll see it's clearly marked on the taps, hot and cold, so you can't get that mixed up. Into the living area, you've got a big opening window, so you must pull these down and that down, and then it simply winds open using the handle there. Lock it back in place by pulling it to the back before you set off. Cupboards, again similar to the other one, just make sure that they're clipped and locked in place. The windows all pretty much work in a similar sort of way at the front, so for blinds and fly screens, and then just release the catches by pressing the button in the middle, and then gently up will hold it in place depending on where you want it, and then closing it back will then lock it before you move off. Front two areas are the same. The bedroom area is the same, and the kitchen area is slightly different in the fact that it is a pull down one and a slide up. The catches are all the same throughout. Into the front area here, so we have your table which stores away in the wardrobe, and you also have the extender section which goes into the fittings just there at the end and will allow you to extend the table. Simply just press the little tog down to hold it in place, and that will extend the table for you. To remove the table, you simply lift it up and off the fittings there. That will allow you to remove the table for either the bed or storing away completely. So I'll just make the bed up and I'll show you how that works now. So bed wise, works like that. So this section slides out, you fold down your table to the bottom position and then use the cushions just like that to formulate your second bed. So just showing you, that slides away. It will also lift up to give you access underneath for storage. You can't travel with that, as the sticker says, and then the cushions simply go back in place. So on this side of it, your table just goes in situ there, and you'll put your seat cushions just back in place there. I mentioned earlier in the video, but that's where the table stores away if you are not using it for the front area. Whilst the cushions are removed, underneath here you have your main electrical control panel area. So your charger is located just there. Your water pump and filter is located to the right. We have your main breakers and your test button for your electrical side of it. Your fuses, a main shutdown button. So if you're not using the vehicle for any length of time, you can shut down the system completely, and you do that by pressing that shutdown button. You may also need to restart the system every now and again, so turn the shutdown system on and off, and that sometimes reboots the system. These switches here are also crucial for you. You'll see that we have a heating and hot water button. You'll need to press that on if you're using the hot water and heating and it lights up as it is now. You've got a charger button that will put charge into the battery. If that's not pushed down, that will not charge up the leisure battery. You've also got a spare option there and a reverse polarity option. The fuses are all labelled for you nice and neatly above to tell you what they are, and that's located underneath the forward facing seats. Cupboard areas again, you've got cupboards just there and a TV bracket that's been installed by a previous owner just above there. You've got light switches that turn on just there, and then right at the beginning of the video I said you had an indicator to tell you where your gas is. That is just located just next to the door. So it's an indicator that tells you when the gas is filling up, needs filling up, or when it is emptying down. To the side of that, you also have an extension piece here that gives you some more chopping area. Simply just lift them up and that will hold and give you more extensions for your kitchen area. Pull them down and let the unit swivel down. Into the cab area, on the seats themselves, you've got adjusters to adjust the height of the seat, back adjusters. The bar underneath at the front here will lift up and allow you to slide your seat, and this bar, when it's in the forward facing position, will allow you to release it and turn it around as you see here. Same on the driver's side. Again, you've just got to make sure that you don't scratch the steering wheel. We have got steering wheel controls, cruise control and speed limiter at the bottom, lights and indicators at the top. On the opposite side, we've got your windscreen wipers. Driver's door, we've got your heater control, wing mirror controls at the front, so pick the window that you want to adjust and then move it like a joypad. A lock button and a window button for both of the windows. It's a manual option, so a normal 6-speed gearbox with manual air conditioning. Your unit will turn on just there. This is a factory fitted Fiat unit. You do have phone, media and nav on it, as well as radio. If you want to plug in your USB points and charger points, they're just below there. We have a electric window switch on the passenger side. The windows come as standard with the Remis cab blinds, and the one at the front is cut out to go around the reversing camera, and your reversing camera is mounted just on the mirror there. These slide away and clip in place just on the front and on the side, just like that. And these little light switches here turn on and off with the little button on the back just there. That concludes the instructional video for this Bessacarr motorhome. We look forward to hearing your comments, look forward to seeing your pictures, and look forward to any feedback you have on our YouTube channel. Thank you, enjoy.